Hello YouTube, welcome back to the RV-14 build. This is wing structure video number 12. This video will be working on the rear spar of the right wing. So I think we did a little bit of work on this before, but what you see behind me there is the front spar with the trailing edge ribs. And then what I'm working on, what I was dimpling here, is the rear spar. So basically we make a box between the front spar and the ribs and the rear spar that sort of makes this square structure. And then we're going to be attaching the skins to the top and bottom. The top and bottom of those for basically rigidity. And, you know, because you got to have a skin on a structure. What I've done here is I dimpled the top and bottom flanges, and then I'm attaching the doubler plates, the aileron the aileron bracket, the inboard aileron bracket. The outboard aileron bracket gets attached after the skin. And then on the right side of frame here, well, it was there. You've got the attach point. I can't remember what it's called. Basically, it's where the rear spar attaches to the fuselage, and that's kind of where you set the incidence of the wing, and that's like how much it points up or down relative to the fuselage. So these rivets on the aileron bracket, they're universals, so AN 470s. They're AD4, AD4, Alpha Delta 4. And so they're, 1/8 inch rivets. But they're like size 9s, I believe. They're really long. So the longer the rivet, and there's a few size 8s in there as well, but the longer the rivet, the more force you kind of need to set it. Because you got to basically squish it. But man, the way to get in there is, it's tough. So I'm using my 7-inch long straight set in an attempt to get in there, and different things to try to set those rivets. As you saw, I probably drilled out 3 or 4 of them and had to reset them. They're just difficult position to do. I can't imagine doing the service bulletin for those aileron brackets on a completed wing. That would be probably pretty painful. Gladly, my wing is not yet completed, so I get to do it with the rear spar detached. So that's the reinforcement fork that's going on the left side of frame there, and then I take it downstairs and I mess it up a little bit. So there's a hole that you use a reamer on, a big reamer. I can't remember the exact size. It's like 9.5 millimeters or something like that. 3/8 maybe. I don't know offhand. But it's a relatively decent size hole. And I had the drill going too fast, and I didn't put any lubrication on it, and I kind of boogered it up. It's not terrible. It's straight through, it's perpendicular, and in the center of it, it's nice and smooth. That's what matters. I just deburred the edges, cleaned it up, primed it, and it'll be fine. I have since then worked on the left one and had to re-gear my drill press and slowed it down and did a lot better job, but we'll get to that one in a little while. For right now, we're still working on the right wing. So yeah, this is just after getting that part all put on, it's time to attach the rear spar to the ribs. So we cut off a piece of the stand there because why not? that whole middle section of the stand is actually going to go away once we're ready to put both wings on, which will be an eventually thing. But yeah, so for now it's just going to be using the squeezer to rivet the ribs to the rear spar, and come back next time. We'll be doing a little bit more of that, and then maybe start the skins. See you then.